Welcome to this explainer. If you own or manage property right in the heart of London, you already know there's this one absolutely crucial, high-stakes element that can literally make or break your entire property experience. Yep, I'm talking about the heating system. When that damp, bone-chilling London winter sets in, well, managing a property's climate isn't just about keeping things cozy anymore. It's about habitability, it's about health, and honestly, it's about your own peace of mind. So today, we're going to look at exactly how to tackle this whole thing head on. Okay, let's dive into this. Are you currently tossing and turning at night over the state of your property's heating? Seriously, whether you're a homeowner just feeling the chill yourself or a landlord fielding those frantic, frustrated calls from tenants, ask yourself right now, are you facing this incredibly stressful need for a boiler installation right in the Camden area? Because it's a question that demands an immediate answer. Here's the absolute reality of our city. Living or managing property in London means your boiler needs to be dependable. Notice that word needs, not kinda should be, but absolutely needs to be. Dependability is the whole shebang here. When the weather inevitably turns nasty, a dependable boiler isn't some fancy luxury upgrade you can just put off. It's an absolute non-negotiable necessity for keeping a property habitable and keeping the people inside safe and warm.
Section 1. Spotting the warning signs, the ticking clock. Let's get right into it.
Now, what's really interesting here is how perfectly these warning signs capture the absolute misery of a failing system. First up, weak heating. You know the drill. You've got the thermostat cranked all the way up, yet the rooms remain stubbornly freezing. Then, inconsistent hot water. There is frankly nothing worse than stepping into what should be a nice warm shower, only to get hit with an ice-cold blast. No thank you. And finally, a boiler that just keeps throwing fault codes at you. Those flashing lights aren't just funny quirks of an old machine. They are literal, urgent alarms screaming that your system is actively failing. So you really have a stark contrast in choices staring you in the face here. On one hand, you've got the sheer anxiety of waiting for a sudden, complete breakdown. Crossing your fingers and holding your breath every single time you turn on the tap. But on the other side, as our source material lays out, you've got the logical, rock-solid security of choosing a long-term replacement early. It's literally the contrast between constant, gnawing anxiety and proactive logic. Section 2. The long-term replacement solution. Okay, let's take a collective breath here. We're stepping away from the stress of these heating nightmares to look at a real, proactive solution. The source points us straight to a specific lifesaver: Landlord Property Certificates. They step right into that massive gap of anxiety to arrange professional boiler installations specifically for properties in Camden. Basically, they take all the guesswork and headache entirely out of the equation for you. And this brilliantly illustrates the incredibly wide umbrella they cover. We're talking landlords, everyday homeowners, folks managing flats, apartments, or entire rental properties. Whatever your exact living situation or property management setup is, every single segment is completely covered by the service. Section 3. Benefits of proactive action. Let's see what happens next. So the crucial point is just the profound relief these benefits actually bring to your day-to-day. A properly installed boiler totally transforms the environment. It improves comfort immediately. It drastically reduces your stress. No more dreading those 2 a.m. emergency calls from freezing tenants, right? And most importantly, it keeps your property running smoothly. And let's be honest, smooth, uninterrupted property operations are exactly what every single London property manager and homeowner is striving for. Which brings us to a massively critical takeaway from the source material. It says, do not wait for a complete breakdown. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. A complete breakdown means exorbitant emergency call-out fees, suddenly uninhabitable properties, and just immense, crushing pressure. The absolute urgency of acting right now, before the system flatlines completely, cannot be overstated. So, the path forward is incredibly clear. This is your call to action, folks. Book your boiler installation in Camden today with Landlord Property Certificates. You now know exactly who to contact to secure your property's heating infrastructure and, ultimately, lock in your own peace of mind. I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Knowing the stakes, knowing the absolute misery of a failing system, and knowing the incredible relief of a professional replacement. Will you make the proactive choice today or let the ticking clock run out on your property's heating? The power to secure your property is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I strongly encourage you to go evaluate your heating system today.